Hey there, welcome to Eve News, Weather, and Sports. I'm Mike Azariah. Today is December the 8th, 2025, and let's get into it and try to keep this one short, although there's a fair number of links that are going to be down below. First up, there was a half-hour tea with Okami, which is really interesting because he talked about a lot of stuff from the Catalyst expansion to new ships and then moved on to future content. And there's one thing he said that made me stop and think, and I want your opinion as well on this, is suppose they have a bunch of content they want to bring in, but they don't want to cause too much imbalance all at once, or they want to see how one change rattles through the system before they do another change. How long do you think they should wait between additions of new ships, new concepts, new mechanics, and that sort of thing? How long is long enough to see the effects and see what's happening? It probably changes on what the change is. It determines how long you have to wait to see what it is. But they've added a whole bunch of mining stuff. How long before we start to see uh, it settle into what mining is now? Because this is a question that CCP has to answer for themselves on a regular basis. They may have the next stuff or they may have stuff coming, but they want to know whether this is too soon to release it. Now, we being gamers who are also like petty little children, just give it all to me now, give it all to me now. Ah! They want to cause an effect. So they want to see what changes happen before they add the next change. So it's something that they have to determine. One of the things I looked at in connection to this, I'll bring up further down when we get to talking about the Eve economic report. But the next thing up is the Winter Nexus starts tomorrow, December the 9th, and runs all the way to the 12th of January. Winter Nexus is the holiday event. For me, it's a Christmas event, and I plan on doing a lot of things with the bus as well. The Yule Lads are back, which is an Icelandic. Let's just say Iceland has a dark theme for Christmas, and I would strongly recommend that you go look up who the Yule Lads are, who the giant cat is, and what it does. It is not my cat. My cat is giant, but it doesn't go and do what their cat does. But there'll be daily rewards and a new ship. The new ship is going to be an ice mining destroyer, and the interesting thing is they said it's going to be a limited release. Now, a few ships over the years have been limited release, and limited doesn't mean this is the only time they will put it out. It just means that they're not releasing BPOs so they can glut the market. They will be a singular thing. The Sunesis, the Gnosis, the Praxis, all of those only come when CCP decides to give it to us. The rest of the time, you can't get them unless you buy them from somebody else who got them and decided they don't want them anymore. Uh, the biggest example of something that they released and didn't release much in the last decade is a drone called the Gecko. Gecko is a medium drone that pretty much fights like a decent ship and is really nice to own, but also it is ganker bait. If they spot that's in your hold, they will go after your ship because geckos run over 100 million a piece, I think, right now. Uh, in addition to the Yule Lads being back, they'll be in ships that you can gank and get special drops from. There'll be daily rewards, new ice mining ship. There'll be sites that you can run, probably mining or that sort of thing you can do, as well as probably, hopefully, the usual silliness of snowballs. The next thing I want to mention is the Eve economic report is out. Link will be down below. Trends are trending, uh, but I'm trying to see cause and effect, and sometimes it's hard to see whether you're seeing the effect of a different cause or whether this is going to be the cause of. You get what I mean. Things can be confused. Uh, Money is, but there's a couple of slopes that are declining in a way I'm not exactly happy with. ISK velocity is how fast money's changing hands. The link to it is there. You can just see some of the graphs for yourself. See that mining has increased over the past month. and things are picking up. But I went to a second site to see something else, and there's a site called Eve Offline. This is run by Kriba, and Eve Offline runs. You can click on the server. So for most of us in Eve, that's the Tranquility server. Click on that and look at the population, and you can see that over the past month and a bit, the population in Eve on daily logins has done a nice distinctive step up. Not a huge one. It's not like we doubled, but it's noticeable if you do the graph over the past 3 months or 6 months, that sort of thing. You can see that a change has happened. Now, is this because of pandemic horde falling, or is it because of the new mining stuff, or is it because we're back at school and some people need a break from their studies? Don't know. All I know is that we do see numbers are going up, and that causes a change in other numbers in as a result. Speaking of pandemic horde, let's get on to the violence, the sports, and pandemic horde in the past 7 days lost another 1,100 players. So they're bleeding, but the bleeding seems to have slowed. Those who are left are probably long gone, and the rest are just trying to decide whether they are going to follow into whatever space or wormhole they're going to go in and lick their wounds in, or whether they're just going to stay and wait it out. Violence wise, in Nullsec, it was Foxtrot 20 Yankee TAC X ray with 252 ships blown up and 203 pods. So, pretty much if you were there and got blown up, so did your pod. In Lowsec, it was Amamaki with 342 over 53. So, there, your ship blew up, but they just let you fly away, or you managed to. In HighSec, Jita came second. First place was Geth, of all places. 661 ships blown up in the past 24 hours and only 6 pods. If anybody knows what the hell was going on in Geth, I would appreciate the information. NPC space, it was Lima X-ray 5 Kilo TAC whiskey with 50,957 ships blown up. So that's one of those upticks I was saying that is this because there's no more players in the game or more activity in the game, that the numbers normally were around 49,000 for in the YTAC, the systems that I've talked about in the past. Anyways, I would love your opinion. If you know what's happening on Geth, I would like to know that. If you have an opinion how long it should be between releases, I would really love to hear your opinion on that one as well. It's the kind of thing you tend to think about, even if you're not on the CSM. Other than that, I will see you next week. Like I said, the Mondays look good for the rest of the week up till 29th. And I hope you have yourself a good one. Today, it's a brown cow. How now, brown cow? To your health. Later, Gator.